Hello everyone! Today I'm going to show you how I made a fountain for my balcony, which is mainly for insects like bees, bumblebees, butterflies, wasps, etc. First of all, I need a bucket and some stones and shells or snail shells, plate, a tray which must be a little bit higher radius than the bucket itself. I need a styrofoam, X-Acto knife, some gypsum, acrylic paint, tube for water pump, and a water pump. First, I drilled few holes in the middle of the tray with the drilling machine. Then I used X-Acto knife to roughly shape the styrofoam and see if the shape fits into the tray along with the plate. Then I shaped the styrofoam with the X-Acto knife. I wanted to make a shape of a stone, a bigger stone. Then on the bottom of the styrofoam I drilled a hole with the drilling machine, and of course also from the top I drilled a hole through the tray for the tube. Then I put the tube through the tray and see if I need to make any corrections on the artificial stone out of styrofoam. I used a gypsum for shaping a stone around the styrofoam and painted it with acrylic paint. A little bit of grass and some shades, so it looks like a real stone. I also want to make the bucket full with stuff like fish and grass. For the fish I printed them and then I cut them into shape. I put them into the laminating foil and laminated them. After that I used fine scissors to make the shape and the thread to bind the fish. I made 5 fish and I bind them together on the top through those 5 holes that I made through which the water will drop down into the bucket. I also glued some glass onto the fish so the fish would stay down and wouldn't float, because as we know the plastic floats. And for the environment I used a few big rocks and some grass. This is the environment in the bucket. I used rocks, shells and grass, and fish are bound on the tray. After environment is done, I used the tube and connected it to the water pump. I made an incision on the bucket so the cable would go out, and after that I put the pump into the water and on top of it the tray with the rocks and the grass, the artificial rock from which the water will come out, and of course a plate where the insects can come and drink the water. And now this is a finished fountain.